Yo, we are back, and we are on a slightly different subject today. Still looking into the future, maybe to help you guys plan a little bit. But we're going to be looking at future superheroes. I'll call them future superheroes. These are non-5-star bases, so these are 3 and 4-star bases that can go up to 6-star. And they are really good, worth getting, and as you can see here, may change your life. They probably won't change your life. They'll probably change your gameplay experience, probably in a good way too. So let's check out some of these dudes and dudettes. As you can see, that's Tillith. So we're gonna go over Tillith first. Tillith has already existed in our game, so this is a 6-star awakening that should come sometime soon. Probably when we hit the what is it, Brave Frontier event. So yeah, Goddess's Protection here. Increases your resistance to all status elements by 100%. That's pretty cool, right? Trustmaster, pretty neat to pick up. Not really why she's on this list though, but it is nice. So what does she get as 6-star awakening? Well, she gets an Void ability. Basically, she is targeted way less than all the other units. So she's a healer. She has low stats, I think, for her HP and stuff. Most healers do, right? So being able to not get hit all the time, that's a plus, right? That's a pretty neat move. These are not all of their skills, traits, and abilities. These are just the ones that make them really good, right? Alright, so what else does she get? 10% MP recovery per turn. Nice. That's pretty good, but does that really make her all that special? No, these do. These make her really special. She has an AoE revive for everyone on your team with 100% HP. She has an AoE 100% HP recovery for everyone on your team. Obviously, that's what AoE is, right? But just 45 MP, heal your whole team to full. Like, it doesn't matter that you can't dual cast it, really. I mean, I guess it kind of sucks you can't dual cast AoE revive with AoE full heal, but hey, I mean, them's the breaks. On top of that though, maybe you don't need the full HP recovery. You can AoE for everyone except Tillith, heal for 2,500 HP, and give 50 MP back to your team, except for her. This move does cost 99 MP, but it does give 50 MP back to everyone else on your team. So it costs a lot. You can thankfully try to gear her up with a bunch of auto refresh, like maybe from the Egg event. You got an Aiden TMR, give her Investment of Mine. She does have 10% auto refresh on her own. Maybe back when we had the Valentine's Day event, you got a Soluna band, or Soluna ring, not a band, Soluna ring from Cupid Luna. She had those 2 items. She's got 18% auto refresh. And then I think tomorrow, well, might even be before tomorrow. Oh, we're going back in time because I don't know when this video is coming out. But there's a not a TMR, there's a materia you can get in Mysidia for 200 star quartz that also gives you auto refresh. So you can get her to like between like 15 to 20% auto refresh pretty easily. And if she has, I don't know, like 400 something MP or something, you can just prism heal every turn for forever. What would you need? You would need 25% auto refresh at 400 MP to have infinite MP on prism refresh or prism heal. If you could do that, if you could hit those 2 numbers, yes, she'll have infinite MP, be able to prism heal every turn, and probably give the rest of your team infinite MP as well. So Tillith's super strong. I don't have her. I do want her. I fear that the banner she does come on though has 2 other 4-star bases on it, so she might be a little bit harder to get, a decent amount harder to get than most 4-star bases we're used to, but she is very much worth it. Look out for Tillith, dude. Save up some tickets for her. Alright, so we have Agrius 6-star, also another awakening. Nothing too cool, but just nod our heads and say, yeah, this needs to happen someday. So what does she get? Well, she gets a cool trait where she's a cover just for females. So like, she's not really a tank, but it's 30% chance to defend a female, and then Agrius takes half the damage. Typically the healer on your team is a female, and maybe another support on your team is a female. I ain't sexist, but that just seems to be the way the units are. So female cover is pretty nice because she's typically going to be jumping in to save like your healers and stuff. She's not going to like try to jump in front of your Warrior of Light or your Cecil. Like, what? No, we're not going to do that. And she does get damage mitigation when she jumps in front of them. So, not the reason she's cool, but it's a nice thing to have. The reason she's cool is that she gets Divine Retribution, aka Holy Explosion, aka Orlando's really good because of this move. Not as good as Orlando's. Out right out the gate. You can make it just as good as Orlando's after her enhancement comes out, which you can see in my other enhancement video if you haven't seen that yet. But this is what makes her pretty strong, right? Minus 50% light resist. You know, she can chain a little bit. Has decent damage, decent multiplier, 320% single target damage, 5 hit instead of 7 hit. Costs a little bit less MP, but you do get that really important light resist down on this move. So Exvius, pretty strong. Look out for her. My favorite, oh man, if you've seen my video on Warrior of Light enhancements, you know I cannot wait for this man to come out. So let's go over some of the other reasons why he's pretty strong. So, passive, trait, whatever you want to call it, Warrior's Pride, 30% chance that when he gets hit with magic, he's going to counter and heal himself for 25% of his max HP and MP. Okay, I'll take that. Just sure, if he doesn't just get O-code at the end of the round for every hit he's taken, he has a chance to counter and heal up. Okay, cool. What else does he get? Arms Eraser and Armor Eraser. 3-turn AoE minus 45% attack and magic debuff, and a 3-turn AoE minus 45% spirit and defense debuff. So these are kind of like Lings, except they last 3 turns instead of 2. I think they cost a little more MP. But holy crap, right? I'll take a 45% double breaker. I mean, he is my tank, but I'll take it. They cost a lot of MP, but if he's tanking, he's got a decent chance to like counter and get that HP and MP back, so that's pretty strong. And then we have Brave Presence here. 1 turn, 100% chance to be targeted. It is only 1 turn. Later on down the line, he will get enhancements. It makes it a 3-turn, 100% chance to be targeted, provoke. But even if all you're doing is like provoke, maybe you can do that. You know, maybe you don't need the arms eraser, armor eraser. Maybe you just really need to provoke on 1 turn and take this. You guys are the only guys gonna get hit. So that's pretty strong. But his best thing and my most favorite thing about Warrior Light is the light is with us. 25 MP, 3 turns, 50% chance to defend allies. A defended ally where the damage you intercept will be reduced by 50% for physical and 50% for magic damage. Why is this so good? Well, if you haven't seen the other video where I explain this, I'll explain it again for you guys. Why not? The difference between like a cover effect and the light is with us is that cover is a % chance to defend in ally, as in 1 ally. The light is with us is allies. He'll block for everybody as long as you roll like the 50-50 and like get the oh yeah I'll defend. So he can jump in front of your healer, in front of your tank, in front of your support. You know, on a single AoE, he'll just block, redirect all that damage to himself, and then have it. Okay, like sure, that's just damage mitigation, right? Or redirect all that damage to your tank, kind of like provoke. Except provoke doesn't work on AoE moves, right? This does work on AoE moves. So you might not block all of it, every single AoE hit, but provoke doesn't work on AoE anyway, right? Because he's gonna get hit regardless. So if you're fighting against an enemy that does a bunch of AoE, the light is with us, super good. Block most of that damage, redirect it to your Warrior Light Demand. You have all your tank gear on and stuff. Maybe you're fighting like a fire boss, Warrior Light 100% fire resist. Jumps in there, covers everybody. Takes no damage. Yeah, Warrior Light. Oh. Whew. Alright, so you guys probably have seen this coming if you know anything about the near future. Hopefully you've been saving up some tickets for this girl. One of my personal favorite Final Fantasy characters, and I'm totally gonna pull for her. Cause she's super awesome. I love her. And she's insane in this game. So Riku, TMR, needs to be noted. Riku's pouch, super good. When you equip it on a character, it's an accessory. That character is granted access to 3 new skills. One of them's Chaos Grenade, 50 mana, 50 MP, 180% physical damage, AoE, sure. Also inflicts 1 random status ailment, which is 100% chance to be a Petrify. If it chooses Petrify, it'll auto-Petrify. Or a 30% chance to be any of the other ones. with a 30% chance to be afflicted to the enemy. And as well, also does a 3-turn minus 30% attack, defense, magic, and spirit. Doesn't choose random, it's all of them debuff AoE. So that's pretty good. A little bit of damage, status element, all down on stats debuff. That's pretty strong. Cure all, 25 MP, AoE cure all status elements. Okay, sure, put this on your support, I guess. Debuff and stuff. Okay, cool. Then eccentric, 5-turn AoE plus 200% LB fill rate buff. Sure, you guys know how fast like Paladin Cecil's LB fills? Yeah. How about everybody, but a little bit faster on your team fills that fast? Yeah, that's pretty strong, especially considering that this is Riku and her LB is this. So what it is base, it gives you plus 50% defense and spirit. Cool, and then a 3-turn auto revive on your whole team. So it means for 3 turns, if anyone dies, they just automatically come back to life at 80% HP at the end of the turn. Cool. I mean, if you max it out, like the auto revive HP doesn't change, and you get a little more defense and spirit buff. But really, who cares? Just, oh hey, if anyone on the team dies, they just come back in the next 3 turns. Oh, it's not hard to use because if you have her TMR, you get a 200% LB gauge fill rate. Yeah, that's pretty strong. One of her traits is also plus 100% LB gauge fill rate for her. So 300%. I'm not sure if that stacks. I would assume it does, but it might not. Don't quote me on whether or not that stacks. So 200% is probably enough to fill her up there. So she has a fire, an ice, and a lightning. These are 3 different skills. This is not an all-in-one. It doesn't do all 3 elements. There's 3 different moves. They all have the same multiplier though, so I put them all on here. So she has a fire one, a nice one, a lightning one, 23 MP, 9 hit, 2.3 multiplier, single target to 1 enemy. So she can chain decently well, actually, if you need her to chain, hit different elements. That's pretty strong. Fire and lightning chains. If you have like a Setzer, right? You just started playing, I don't know, like this banner. Hopefully the 10 banner comes out soon. She should come out soon. Setzer and her go really well together. So you pull like 2 Setzers, okay? Setzer has super easy access to fire and ice and a lightning weapon. You have Coral Sword, Ice Brand, Flame Tongue. You can get them from like vendors or from dungeons. Okay, whatever. 2 Setzers, 2 Riku. If you luck out, get those. You can use your 2 Riku to do like, I don't know, double lightning attack. 9 hits each, do a 17 hit chain. After the 10th hit in the chain, your chain elemental damage is going to be maxed. So you just do double dice on both your Setzers, have them equipped like a Coral Swords, so they're also lightning damage, so the elemental chain doesn't break, and try to get some lucky 77,777 rolls, which will get multiplied by the 300% damage bonus on the chain, not break the chain, and just keep going. You do like 4 hits if you have dual wield on them. Pretty strong. Yeah, Riku's really good, right? She's really good. She has Albed Potion, 12 MP, 1000 HP, AoE heal, and cures poison, silence, and petrify. So this is a skill. So notably, if like your healer is not immune to silence for whatever reason, you can use this, slightly heal some of your allies, cure the silence on your healer. It also cures petrify. So which notably, petrify is usually absent from a lot of the cure all like AoE Asuna effects that a lot of healers have. And this is on this one. So that's pretty nice. And then she has Mega Phoenix. AoE revive all KO allies 100% HP. And we thought Ling was pretty strong with AoE AoE revive all KO'd allies for 30% HP. Riku just does it for 100% HP. Oh, you're all dead? Here. So, yes, you'll need buffs if you're fighting like a strong trial or whatever. If you AoE revive everyone, if they don't have buffs, they'll likely die. But you can AoE revive multiple people, 2 to 3 people with Mega Phoenix. Pretty strong. So she also has one more move called Mix. And what it does is you use Mix and it takes up your turn, and then for the next 3 turns you get access to these 3 new skills. So you have Supernova, 30 MP, 1 hit, does 19,998 fixed damage to all enemies. So it's kind of like double dice from Setzer, except it's always rolling 20,000 damage to everybody. That's pretty nifty. You have Hazardous Shell, physical damage 1.8, AoE inflict 2 random status elements, 30% for others, 100% petrified all enemies. This is literally just Curse Card from Setzer, so it's gonna be like ridiculous in arena, strong on bosses who are not immune to status elements. Then you have Mighty Guard, 40% all elemental resistance buff for 3 turns to all allies, and then a flat damage reduction, 30% for 3 turns to all allies. Doesn't matter what they're taking, doesn't matter what element it is, physical, magical, it doesn't matter. 30% less damage. Oh, also pretty good with my old boy Warrior Light. Just the light is within us, and 30% reduced damage on everything he's blocking. Okay, cool. Thanks, Riku. This is super good, super good. All right, then we have, you know, Charlotte, the Forgotten, right? 5-star max right now. Well, she's gonna go to 6-star. Yes, she's not Warrior Light, but she's like a way more, I don't know, she's like a super supporty tank. Maybe if you want a double tank, you can like throw her and Warrior Light in the same group, because she has a lot of utility. So for the passive trait that she gets that I find pretty interesting is, I call it Don't Die. I couldn't really figure out the translation for the name, but it's a 50% chance to ignore a fatal attack when your HP is above 70%. So this is pretty strong. Yes, your HP does need to be really high, but it prevents you from getting one shot for whatever reason. You know, like maybe, I don't know, you prepared poorly and the boss hit you really hard, or you didn't have your buffs up yet and the boss like hit you really hard and you died. Well, now you don't die. So like maybe the boss, you know, you're at full, boss does a couple attacks, chips away your HP, drops you like 80%, 70%, and then goes to kill you. Well, you don't die, and you just stay at that HP instead. Pretty strong. She has AoE refresh for your whole team, so it's not a very potent refresh, but MP over time is MP over time, right? Like a lot of people like to bring Noctis friends to fights and use cover to get that MP over time, just taking the whole fight. That's pretty strong. She does get emboldened at 6-star, so you're not locked into needing Refia on your team for an attack defense buff. If that's where you're getting your attack defense buff, you're free to use like Tillith and other units if you have like a Charlotte on your team. So that's strong too. And then in addition to my old man Warrior Light having the Light is with us, Charlotte also gets the Light is with us. So that's awesome. Does the same exact thing as Warrior Light's. Dash around covering everyone on your team. And don't forget, it's not new, but you can go and get her shield. What is it, the Protector or something? I forget what it's called, but it's a shield you can get from a quest in Grand Shell Islands, I think. It gives her an AoE Asuna. It just heals all status elements, I believe. Has to be equipped to Charlotte. Only Charlotte can use it. Oh, it's the Patriot. The Patriot's the name of the shield. Has to be equipped to Charlotte, but she gets access to it. AoE Asuna, in addition to this stuff, she'll have a refresh, embolden, cover everyone on your team. Can't get randomly one shot from like 70% or above HP, and can AoE Asuna your team. If that sounds like something that's strong to you, then Charlotte's, I don't know when she's coming out, but she's pretty strong. I used Charlotte for a long time as my tank. So this is a little bit of an intro to some of the units that are coming out. There are more. Yes, there are more. There's plenty more that are super good 3 and 4-star bases for some of you guys who, you know, don't want to chase the 5-star bases. These units are very good, and like I said at the start, could change the way you play the game. So if you like this, you know, let me know. Leave a comment, share, yada yada. Sub if you want to see some more of this stuff, some more peeks at the future. Think about maybe doing like the basics of, maybe not like the basics of team building, but like how you want to team build. Maybe like the basics of being efficient with your lapis and your poles and stuff too. I don't know, man. We should all come together and figure out what exactly I should be doing here for you guys, what you want to see the most, what I want to talk to you guys about the most. Not tell you guys, I'm not your teacher. But I'll see you guys